Now, Steve-O, between these two, you know, we've seen Sparks and Walter duke it out quite a bit. I think on this map, Sparks always comes out on top. Do you have any...
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see Sparks win this at all.
Yeah.
I mean, Walter's really, really strong on pretty much every map, but this is really Sparks' bread and butter.
Yeah. Oh, and as much as Sparks plays this map, he's hardly a one-trick pony. I mean, Sparks is an outstanding player on most maps, but there's just something about Furious Heights where he's just a monster.
And this is a great map. This is by far my favorite of the new maps. I mean, yeah, T9's great and everything, but T7 it's beautifully put together, and the gameplay on it is always amazing.
Well, you know what's funny? Is sometimes I forget that this is a new map.
You know, and lots of people argue that it's not, since we used it at QuakeCon 08. But in reality, it is. It's new to Quake Live, so...
Right. Yeah, yeah. It hasn't been around for a decade.
Yeah. Wow, nice rocket there.
That was a great pair. Great pair of rockets there. Sparks picking up his fourth frag. Walter. Let's hop over to his point of view and take a look at him. He's on the recovery and dropping in, picking up a bit of armor. But Sparks, yeah, again, boom, able to get that initial shot. And Walter not able to really answer. He stopped there for a second. And I'm wondering...
I don't know what that was about.
Well, yeah, if you're the gossipy type, you're probably wondering if Walter is closing down the IRC.
Hacks enable. Hacks enable.
No. But you're wondering if he's maybe turning off the broadcast or... yeah, Walter, turn off the broadcast, buddy. You shouldn't be listening to us because we're at least a good 5 to 10 seconds behind you. But anyway, you know, Walter apparently likes to multitask while he plays, and so maybe that was a bit of it. Impressive. I did pick up a pair of rails there, but Sparks, again, you know, just really his map has the better stack and slightly better aim. They were going tit for tat for rails there for a minute, but there's really... Okay, here comes a spec out by Walter, I think. Head's not in the game, GG, boom boom, there it goes. And Sparks steals that crown away from Walter.
I was really happy that Walter actually showed up to QuakeCon this year. I'd never actually met the kid at a LAN before. By the way, on that note, he looks nothing the way I perceived him to look in person whatsoever. I wouldn't mind seeing Dewey play. He's a really young kid that's got some skills. Definitely enough.
No, hang on. He's more than just a young kid who's got some skills. He is the Young Gamers Cup champion, which was held at and featured.
He took out Starbuck.
Yeah. That was
which is Sinkair's kid.
Yep. Well, actually, yeah, he took out Starbuck. Starbuck got third place, and then he pulled down. I believe his name was Rain, in the finals. So yeah, it was a great matchup. I think he's put some thought into this map choice here.
Oh, I definitely think so. His main map pick just about everywhere is T4, and I don't know that he could take Sparks on T4. So
yeah. So this will be really, really interesting, I think. In the little sparring there, Dewey did pretty well. Let's see how it turns out as we go live right here and right now. Sparks is going to get the Mega right at the start, but Dewey is able to land a little bit of LG into him. One armor goes to Sparks with a bit of short work. Dewey going to pick up one armor. Looks like two... Actually, hang on a second. Okay, well, armor counts are... I guess there's a little bit of splash somewhere in there because... we've got less armor between the two characters than there should be. Alright, so here's really where the first encounter is going to happen. We've got about 5 seconds. Oh, Dewey walking in on a grenade. Sparks doing a nice job making Dewey pay for picking up that armor. And there's a nade right in Dewey's face. Wow. Sparks surprising me with his nade work so far. And Dewey is going to be unable to challenge for Mega, and this might be the first frag here. Sparks is going to go up strong, I think. Nope. Again, he backs off. So right now, a bit of a cat and mouse. We got about 13 seconds before Mega to spawn. And Dewey's just going to hang out at it and try to back off into this yellow spawn, which is coming up right now. Boom, there it is. The next place is going to be at Mega. Sparks moving into position. Now Dewey going to drop in on it and not get Mega. That is huge. It goes to Sparks, and that pretty much gives the Sparks control of this map for the next 30-40 seconds, I would say. Really, it's going to take that long before Dewey can really challenge and have any chance of making a dent in that stack. Now, Steve-O, as far as strategies go on this map, you know, the sort of typical item management tends to be 2 yellows and 1 Mega. That's sort of the conservative bread and butter item management. But this map really opens itself up to some really interesting play styles where you can have, like Sparks, is really keeping Dewey at bay, forcing him where he wants him to go with a lot of heavy spam. Another way to handle it is to basically just outmaneuver your opponent with the use of the teleporters and and controlling the resources through just sheer speed. What other strategies have you seen on this map?
Oh, one of the more interesting strategies is playing the straight-up teleporter game, where you see players either guarding that teleporter over by the rocket launcher, just hiding, waiting for people to pop through, and then just getting clear across the map extremely fast with those teleporters. But some of the more intricate stuff is the grenade work. As Sparks is showing us here, his grenade work in this map is totally throwing Dewey off completely.
Now there's a nice tie-up. Dewey challenged for Mega and was able to get it just inches before Sparks showed up on the spot. So that's quite a bit of a pendulum swing if Dewey can get that momentum in his favor. Sparks, as we can see, we're watching Sparks right now, and he is just constantly spam. And it's working out for him. He just got Dewey popped up in the air. He did eat a ton of LG work by Dewey, and it's down to 29 health, and the play at Mega, this is key right here. Dewey landing 1 and 2 rockets against Sparks as he was stuck in that Mega pool. Now, I said this before at QuakeCon, one of the things I love about this map is the strongest power-up on the map, the Mega Health, is in one of the worst, most vulnerable spots ever. And I love the design that went into the item placement on this map. That's purely intentional, and it basically means that, you know, when you go for that power up, you got to make sure that you're covered. Otherwise, you're going to pay for it. So Sparks was able to get a frag in that time. He's able to gobble up Mega and hasn't really eaten any damage from Dewey here. The score is tied 2-2.
This is also another one of those maps where eating away at your opponent is one of the best possible things you can do because of the sheer speed of this map.
Right, and you know, if you kind of go balls to the wall, you tend to kind of expose yourself. There's tons of tight corridors for oodles of splash, be it grenade or rocket, and so really, I think aggression can undo a lot of players on this map. On the other hand, you can really get the drop on players because the map is so small. If you're very quick with speed, you can pop around corners. And look at this, Sparks is just waiting for a play from Mega from Dewey. And look at that. Mega not coming in another 8 seconds, but Dewey just ate a ton of cells from Sparks LG. Sparks has the upper hand here. Dewey gonna have to back off. You can see him backing off, and Sparks finally goes up strong and takes the lead 3-2. This is a very low-scoring game, but I'm loving it. This is gonna be an easy spawn frag. Dewey's backing off though. He's able to get behind cover just in time, making a play for Mega, and will not be able to steal that away this time. I think that was maybe Dewey got a little bit too greedy. Sparks just waited.